Do you feel like your marketing efforts are all over the place with little to show for it? If so, you are not alone. In today's episode, I'm breaking down the basics of direct response marketing, what it is, why it works, and how it can instantly sharpen your marketing efforts by driving real, measurable results. If you're tired of guessing and ready to start getting more from your marketing, this one's for you. Hi, I am Tim Fitzpatrick with Rialto Marketing, where we believe marketing shouldn't be difficult. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I'm just going to jump right into it. I have 6 core things that I'm going to touch on in this episode. The first being just what is direct response marketing? What is it? We got to define it. And if you've been watching or following for any point of time, you know I like to keep things as simple as possible. Direct response marketing is just marketing that is designed to generate an immediate action. Okay, that's it. We put marketing out there. We want somebody to take an action, to do something very specific. Now, on the flip side of direct response marketing, you have brand marketing, which is much more about awareness. So when you think about brand marketing, think about most TV commercials. That is about brand. There's no call to action. They're not asking somebody to take a specific immediate action. They're just building awareness and knowledge about that particular brand. So when you think about brand marketing, the opposite of that is direct response. Direct response is highly measurable, it is trackable, and it is very return on investment focused. Whereas brand marketing you can't track it. It is very, very difficult to track, and it's very difficult to track the return on that investment. So that's what we're looking at when we talk about direct response marketing. Why in the hell does it matter? Okay. Why it matters is you're not Coca-Cola, right? You're not Amazon or any other large Fortune 1000, Fortune 500 company. You need your marketing efforts to pay off. You need a return on that investment as quickly as possible. And direct response marketing is the fastest way to test messaging, to validate what you're offering, and to fill your pipeline with qualified leads. Okay, there's no fluff, there's no gimmicks. We're just focusing on, I'm going to put this piece of direct response marketing out and ask people to take a very specific action. It is very focused on the results. What's the result I want them to take? I want them to opt in. I want them to sign up for the webinar. Whatever it may be, you're asking somebody to take a very specific action. And that's why it matters. Brand awareness marketing is incredibly expensive. It takes a ton of time. And that's not to say that marketing in general doesn't take time. It does. I don't want you to have unrealistic expectations there. But brand awareness takes a long, long time and a ton of money. I don't think that brand awareness marketing makes sense for small businesses. Focus more on direct response and utilize brand awareness and brand building as a byproduct of that marketing. Because every time you put that piece of marketing out, it's putting your brand out there. It's putting your name out there. There is brand awareness that's happening as a result of that. But brand awareness should not be the primary focus of your marketing efforts. Let's break down the core elements of a direct response campaign. Okay. What's in a good direct response campaign? First, clear and compelling headline, right? That grabs the attention. It speaks to a pain point or a benefit. Okay. It's grabbing the attention and telling people, like, why should I care? There's a specific offer, right? Which has to be relevant and valuable to your ideal clients. Without going down a huge tangent here, this is really important. I need to touch on this. Your ideal clients, who you are serving, drives everything. So If you don't have a core understanding of that, all the marketing tactics that you do are not going to work or work well or work consistently. You have to know who your ideal clients are to create a message that's going to grab the attention and interest of those people. You have to know who those people are to craft an offer and a service that's going to resonate well with them. So if you don't have that, go back to strategy, because strategy is the fuel for your marketing engine. Okay. So clear, compelling headline, specific offer, strong call to action, right? We need to tell them exactly what we want them to do next. We cannot assume that they know what we want them to do next. We need to tell them. Targeted audience, right? The tighter the target, the higher the return on investment. Again, this goes back to your ideal clients. If you are targeting broadly, it is impacting the effectiveness of your marketing efforts. You are far better off targeting tighter. Go narrow with who you're targeting, because the narrower you are, the more specific you can get with your message, and specificity sells. And then you've got to have some type of tracking mechanism. That could be a UTM code. It could be unique URLs, a unique web page that you use, a unique landing page. It could be unique phone numbers. Okay. People, there's call tracking software out there, so you can track how many people called from a very specific campaign. But at a base level, don't overcomplicate this, but you do need to have some type of tracking mechanism that tells you whether that campaign was successful. Now I'm going to talk about some common use cases just to kind of get your creative juices flowing. These are going to be fairly generic, but I want you to have an idea of what common use cases exist for direct response marketing. So you might have a lead generation campaign, right? A LinkedIn ad offering a free audit, right? You're in IT, a free IT security audit checklist with a form to download. Okay. Why does it work? It's specific, trackable, and designed to start a sales conversation. We're asking them to take a very specific action. Another example might be an email nurture sequence, right? A 3 email sequence targeted towards cold leads that offers a 15-minute strategy call with a clear CTA in each message. Okay, each email in the sequence is built to drive a single action, right? With a measurable open and click-through rates. And you're going to know how many people actually scheduled from those, because you know who the campaigns were sent to. Okay, retargeting ads. Okay, this might be Facebook or Google ads shown to people that have visited your website that didn't convert, right? Offering, could be a free assessment or a guide, but you're offering something. Why does it work? You're following up, one, with warm people, like they've already been exposed to you because they've been to your website, and you're giving them a reason to engage now, and you're asking them to take a very specific action. Another example might be webinar promotions or a workshop, right? You're emailing out, and sending people to a landing page campaign to invite them to sign up for and register for a live webinar or workshop, right? It's event based, it's time sensitive, and it includes a direct call to action. And if you're promoting that through multiple channels, there are various ways that you can track that. I'm not going to go into the weeds on that, but there are various ways you can track that. Another example might be a sales page or landing page offers, right? A dedicated landing page for a productized service. Maybe you're offering a monthly IT support plan at $1,000 a month or whatever. Book a free consult. You've got dedicated copy, the very specific offer, clear call to action that's laser focused on driving one single action, right? And that's going to be easy to measure conversions. Another example might be a direct mail campaign, right? Short personalized letter or postcard sent to CEOs offering something, 10-minute marketing opportunity call, right? With the QR code to book. or you send them to a specific landing page, or you have them call a specific number, right? The call to action is immediate, it's trackable, and it's targeted towards a specific target audience. Okay, so those are some examples of common use cases. Two more things I want to touch on: common mistakes, and then some quick tips to get started. So, common mistakes to avoid with direct response marketing. One, being vague or general in your messaging. Remember, specificity sells. We want to craft our message around a very specific ideal client type so that the messaging is going to resonate. Not including a strong call to action. Take a look at your mailbox and what comes in there. You know, how often are people putting things in there where it's just maybe there's a phone number, but they're not calling it out? Like, you want to tell people very specifically what you want them to do. And it's okay to, depending on the medium, to list it multiple times. Okay. We need to make it very clear what we want them to do. Failing to track or measure performance. Okay. Again, going back to the television example, most television advertising is brand awareness. However, there are times where you'll see commercials and they have a very specific call to action. There's a QR code, or there's a number, and then they want you to say, use this specific code. That is television advertising that is direct response, that is trackable. Okay. Other common mistake is offering too much too soon. Like, we need to keep the message hyper focused. Ask them to do that one specific thing. Do not overwhelm people. You overwhelm them, you're going to confuse them, and confused people don't take action. Okay, so those are common mistakes to avoid. Last thing I want to touch on are just some quick start tips. Okay, these are not super detailed, but I've broken down what direct response marketing is, why it matters, the core elements of a direct response campaign, some of the common use cases, and the common mistakes. So how do you get started? Okay, choose one offer to test this week or this month, right? A free consultation or a downloadable checklist. Choose one offer and promote it. Send a short email, post about it on social media, something, promote it, and then track the results and iterate and make adjustments and course corrections to improve it. Okay, but the first step is choosing one thing that you're going to offer. Put together how you're going to promote it, and then track the results and iterate on it. So direct response isn't magic. It's measurable. And if you are a small business owner, which is what we target, what we cater towards, primarily we focus on B2B businesses, folks like managed service providers, IT consultants, other types of consultants, startups, SaaS companies, those types of folks. But direct response is relevant no matter what business you are in. Okay. And for small businesses, the vast majority of your marketing efforts should be focused on direct response. They should not be focused on brand building. Brand building should be a byproduct and a result of your direct response marketing efforts. So I hope you have found this helpful. If you have questions, you can always connect with us over at rialtomarketing.com. That's RIALTO marketing.com. The other free tool I've got for you is over at revenueroadblockscorecard.com. We help clients build or update and then manage their marketing engine. And there are 9 critical components to building a marketing engine. If you want to know where you have gaps, what's slowing down your growth, you can do it over at revenueroadblockscorecard.com. It takes less than 5 minutes. Go check it out, take advantage of it, and utilize the tool. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.